I am extremely passionate about this topic because I am 23 years old at the time right now. And whenever I was 16, 17, 18, really young teenager, um, I was like, I really want to invest in real estate. I read the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and I decided that I saw that real estate made the most millionaires out of any other industry in the United States. And it was just a challenge that I wanted to take on. So I was like, you know what? I want to invest in real estate, and I have no idea how to do it. I have no idea how I'm going to make it happen, but I've got to find a way. So I was reading a book once, and in that book, there was a quote by Warren Buffett that said, "If you don't find a way to make money in your sleep, you will work until you die." And that really like shook me up that day because that's huge and that's so true. And you're taking that advice from the most wealthy, well, one of the most wealthiest men in the U.S. Anyways, um, but I started thinking, okay, what business models can make me money in my sleep, aka passive income? And I just researched and I was thinking, laundromats, 24/7, they can be open, no one has to be there. Car washes, 24/7, no one has to be there. Of course, like self-serve and automatic ones. Storage units, those are great. Great ways to make passive income. So those three are my top three, the best ways. So what I did was I started looking, and I was like, I've got to find something for sale. Um, a lot of people on social media love to tell me that my parents helped me buy my first car wash, and that I even had someone one time, they said that the only reason I bought a car wash at 22 was because both of my parents were realtors. And I laughed out loud when I read that because neither one of my, like, no one in my family has ever been into real estate investing, much less a real estate agent. So I don't know where they got that claim from, but of course, when people see a young person who is doing things that most young people aren't doing, they're gonna hate and they're gonna say whatever comes to mind that my parents helped me or whatever. But that was funny about the real estate agent comment. Like, no, okay. My parents were kind of worried when I went into the real estate field because they saw the risk that was involved with it, and they kind of not really hated or nothing, but they tried to steer me away from the real estate field. And here I am. I didn't listen, of course. Anyways, um, but back to the story and like how I bought the car wash was I was 18 and I was of course looking for all these ways. Well, when I came across the car wash, you know, the world was against me. I was so young. I did not have the money I needed down to buy the car wash. Um, I'm just a young kid, and no one's gonna hand me an investor. No one's gonna hand me $20,000 for a down payment on a car wash. I could not get a loan, not because commercial loans require 20 to 25% down. That's a lot of money if you think about it for someone to put down cash, especially at my age of 22. But no one would give me a commercial loan, not only because I didn't have the money to put down on it, but because I didn't have a ton of credit history. If you're a 45-year-old person and you go to get a commercial loan, you're going to have a much better chance at getting that just because you've probably been paying a mortgage for 15 plus years. You may have owned two or three cars and paid one or two off. Maybe you financed this or taken a loan out for this. And you've got all this credit history, as long as your credit's good, showing that you've been able to make payments on time and that you're responsible. But when you're 18, 19, 20, whatever, getting started, it's kind of like, well, you don't have any proof. You don't have any skin in the game to show us that you make payments responsibly. Well, how am I supposed to? I'm a kid. I'm a teenager. So those were all the things that were against me. And I was like, I've got to find a way around this. And so one of the things that's in residential real estate investing, I just kind of applied that to the commercial space. And that's where I came up with the creative financing method. And what that is, and of course, I created a course on showing A to Z how I bought a car wash and this whole method, like in depth. You can click the link below in the description. But what it is in a nutshell, and I won't go too deep because, first of all, I don't want to confuse you guys. And second of all, if I go too deep and tell you exactly how to do it, it's not going to be fair to the people that are students in my course. But in a nutshell, how I did it, because this question is probably my number one most popular question I get, is I did the creative financing method. Now, what that is let's say there's a man named John, and he bought this car wash from someone back in 2002, okay? And he took out a loan for $150,000 for the loan. So each month his payment is $500 to the bank. These are all theoretical numbers. I'm just, trying to show you guys an example. Now, let's say I come along and I want to buy the car wash from John. All I would do is go up to him and I would apply, or try to get him to apply, the creative financing method, where he already got a loan from the bank. He pays that bank payment every single month. All I would do is create an agreement with John to where I could take over his payments each month that he's already paying the bank. I would just pay his payments, but I would also take over the car wash. So basically, theoretically, John is my bank, but he's still having to pay his loan payment, but I'm actually paying that payment for him. Now, I hope that didn't go over your guys' head, but basically, John's already done the hard work for me. He's already gotten the loan. He got his credit hit. He had to put money down. All I'm doing is taking over payments for him, okay? But the car wash is treated as my own. Now, there are some, you're probably thinking, who would want to do that? There's so many benefits for John by doing this for me. And those are things that I tell you in my course. You really want to create a win-win situation. It's a win for you because you get to buy a car wash without getting a loan or getting your credit pulled or checked or whatever and putting money down. And it's a win for John because of a whole list of reasons, which I say in my course. But you've got to create that win-win situation. You show him how it's going to benefit him, and he's really going to be so happy. He's going to be willing to do that for you. So that's it. Now, there's all these other little components within the creative financing method, like what kind of contract you have to draw up in order to keep you safe and John safe as well. And then like the different terms you've got to settle on. You've got to really make sure you're protected. That's the main thing. And then eventually you'll be able to use the income from the car wash to get a loan, because you're showing that you're making $10,000 a month from your car wash. Well, the bank's going to love to see that. So then you go and you get your loan eventually once the bank is cool with you making $10,000 a month from your car wash. And then, you pay John off and it's yours free and clear. Now, at the same time, John cannot come and like take the car wash, snatch the car wash keys from you. Like, it is literally treated as your car wash. If something breaks at the car wash, you're responsible for fixing it. You can't call John and be like, look, dude, there's a leak down here. I'm freaking out. You take the car wash back. I'm going to quit paying your payments and we're done. No, it's all yours. And I go over the specifics of this. I go over how to find car washes to buy, 3 different methods, how to actually do this contract, how to negotiate, how to make sure you are finding a profitable car wash, because it's not good for you to just say that you own a car wash if that car wash is losing money. Like, why would you buy something that's losing money? You've got to make sure that it's profitable. And I tell you how to do all that in my course. The link's in the description. But I just wanted to tell you in a nutshell with that little example, hopefully that did not just have you guys dumbfounded, how I did it. So by taking over John's payments every month for him, I did not have to put any of the money down. because John's not a bank. He's not going to require me to put money down. John isn't going to pull my credit because he knows that if I don't make a payment to him for that month, he gets the car wash back. He's not worried about a thing. The banks, of course, they have to go through their processes and they would pull your credit, and you'd probably need to have a pretty solid 750 above credit score to buy something like that, especially for a commercial loan. So those are great things. It's just this was a loophole and a way I could go around having to do all that at such a young age. And now I can buy as many passive income properties as I want by doing this method. And it was really a workaround. This creative financing method has been applied to the residential space for years, but no one has thought to apply it to passive income commercial properties. And that's kind of what separates me, is I didn't go the residential route. I went the commercial route. No one's thought about doing that yet. So that's how I bought a car wash with $0 down at such a young age. And I'm super passionate about it because this method can work whether you're 18 years old or you're 88 years old. Like, this method is just like, why wouldn't you want to do this? It's just great. It's opened so many doors of opportunity for me. And that's why I'm really trying to teach this and like tell these younger folks who are so passionate about wanting to invest. It's like all these gurus and investors and people on social media, they tell you how to invest in real estate, what types of real estate to invest in, but no one ever tells you where to get the money from to do it. So it's like we're just stuck until we get $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 saved by the time we're 35 years old, and then we can start investing. But what about those of us who want to do something now? The creative financing method helps you do that, and that's why I love it so much. That's why you guys, I know, will love it so much. So I hope that video helps. I've got more car wash videos on my channel. Please like and subscribe. But also, if you want more and you're really serious about diving deep into this, check out my course. The link's in the description. So thank you guys. I appreciate the support. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys at the top.